poking that jab out, and it's stopping Pithie in his tracks.
Pithie himself tries to work the body. And Docherty can be hit too, but good round from him.
Premium 5% Heineken is now being imported into Britain, having been tested in Holland.
Excuse me, miss, do you have anything else than Heineken?
Anything else than Heineken?
Yes.
Security!
Seems to be the problem.
This man wants something else than Heineken.
Sir, you better leave.
The Dutch tolerance test.
Weirdo.
Approved. Premium 5% Heineken is now here.
Live for you tomorrow, the FA Cup semi-final, Watford against Southampton. That's live, Sky Sports 1 from 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Intriguing Commonwealth Super Featherweight title fight here, but it hasn't really set alight yet, has it, Jim?
No, it hasn't, and I think the main reason for that, I think Docherty's tactics are right. He's just keeping it nice and steady, not exerting himself, just picking away. Pithie is the one we expected the fireworks from, and he hasn't been able to produce any yet. See, that's that jab that's giving him so much trouble. If his timing was better, he could slip the jab and get close enough to throw some punches, but it's not happening.
Dean Pithie put it all together on that night against Alex Moon, but he had his Coventry crowd all around him, and maybe he felt Moon was there for the taking, and it all worked for him. But has it left him a touch flat? Oh, left hook from Docherty, and Pithie's got a fight on his hands here.
Well, actually, Pithie should really stay there and exchange punches with Docherty, because boxing at long range is not working. His timing's not right, it's not happening for him, so I think he wants to change the pace of this fight.
There's a very concerned look on the face of Spencer Oliver, who's sitting alongside us, and a big friend of Dean Pithie's. Helped train him before, advises him, and I wonder if he's seeing worrying signs. Docherty, so far, so good, and he's getting it right. He said he had to get it right tonight.
Yeah, well, he's not doing anything clever, nothing spectacular. Good, solid, compact boxing with his chin down. And there's no snap in Pithie's punches. He's been caught in the way in. So, as I say, that little spark missing from Pithie's work so far.
When he turned professional, Dean Pithie, trained by Charlie Magri, there were real high hopes for him. He soon joined Frank Warren and got under the spotlight. But he's had to crawl his way back time and time again. And how much desire is there? How much does he want it? Right hands from Docherty, who's settling down, and a lot of Pithie's punches are missing.
And there's a solid look about Docherty now. He's quite happy to stand and trade. This is the first time really I've seen the fight swinging slightly in Docherty's favour. At this moment, he's looking the boss.
Right hands there, he works the body, 3, 4, 5 hooks going in from Docherty, looking for that spot. Right hand again as he looks down at Spencer Oliver at ringside. Dean Pithie, a really concerned look on his face, and the timing, is it off? He's got a few problems, and let's bring Spencer in at ringside. Are you worried about your charge?
Well, Dean started quite well, but he's not moving his head and he's not getting off with the combinations. He's standing in front of Docherty. We saw against Moon, he was letting the combinations go and then moving side to side, and he wasn't there to be hit. But here against Docherty, he's loading up with the shots and he's being able to get caught. And Docherty looks like he's getting more and more into this.
What does Pithie have to do now? He's been out of the ring for a while. Will that be a problem, getting his timing right?
I don't think it's about getting his timing right. It's just about his lunging in with the jab. He's not moving into distance. The problem, I think, is that Dean Pithie's trying to do this one on his own. Before he had Steve Hurley there, he had me there training him and, you know, reminding him all the time. He's letting the combinations go, but he's staying there to be hit. And that's exactly where Craig Docherty wants him. He needs to move that head.
Do you think he wins the fight, or will he fall apart?
I think that he still could win the fight, but it's just making it very interesting.
Intriguing comments from Spencer Oliver, so close to Dean Pithie. And Craig Docherty's got his own supporters down here tonight. He's had phone messages from friends out in the Gulf at the moment to support him as well. The silver shorts and silver boots of the man from Jim's hometown, Glasgow. At the moment, he's doing you guys proud.
Yeah, well, he's got to be the happier of the two. And Spencer, who knows Pithie a lot better than I do, I was saying in the first round there was no head movement from him. Spencer says exactly the same things. I mean, Docherty's have no trouble landing with the jab. Docherty actually wants to start walking forward now and really pushing that jab right through the target. See, he's still just kind of poking with it. He wants to step right ahead because Pithie is not moving his head.
And the worry the Docherty camp had was, would their man fall behind in the first few rounds and leave it too late to catch up? Hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened. I expected the Docherty maybe have to grind out a performance to come back from a few old points deficit, but no, he's holding his own and probably maybe just slightly ahead at this moment.
Very down-to-earth, realistic guy, Craig Docherty, raised by his mother and grandmother, who I know he owes so much to, and he knows he's got to take this chance. Pithie stands and trades, but again, look at the look on his face.
Yeah, this is not the way he likes doing business. I think the problem in here, Pithie knows he's capable of so much more, whereas Docherty, he's boxing as well as he expected to box. So he's happy, Pithie is not happy, and that augurs poorly for Pithie for the rest of this fight.
So why is the head movement not there all of a sudden?
It's got to be down to the preparation. I don't know what the sparring's been like, but sparring is the most important part of any preparation. And when a fighter is looking after his own preparation, the first thing he dodges is the sparring, because nobody really enjoys sparring. So when a fighter's making his own decisions, he cuts down on the sparring, and that's the worst thing you can do defending a title. 12 rounds, the timing has to be right.
Yes, it's a different corner again for Pithie this time, and remember Steve Early running the show and really motivating Pithie, getting behind him through the slightly dodgier moments late on in the Moon fight, and the two of them got through together. Richie Davis just calls a timeout here. There's a word with Docherty inside of the glove. Pithie falling short, caught by right hand, nearly went down, Dean Pithie. Oh dear, is it all going to go wrong again?
See again, his head just right in front of Docherty. He's coming back with good shots though.
That turn around nicely from Pithie, and Docherty walks rather hesitantly back to the corner, but he was hurt as well, Pithie. Good round.
When you come up out that roll, you've got a hook in. You're making him miss, you're not counting. So come up out the roll and hook him, mate. It's all right. If you come up out that roll, you 3 punches. It's all right. Keep your foot there. You must come up out that roll because you're making him miss and you're not doing anything. Come up out and bang him in.
You know, that's exactly what you're expecting him to do. That is good advice. We're used to see Pithie slipping a lead and coming up from the roll with punches, but he's not rolling, he's not moving his head, so he's taking the jab, bang on. So he's not in a position to get any punches off. When he does, there's no power in the shots because he's already taken a jab in the way in. The good news for Pithie here is that he responded well. He was badly shaken. That was a beautiful right hand he took, but he responded well. So from his point of view, thankfully, he still fancies this job.
196th round in the long but never dull career of Dean Pithie, and the 84th of Craig Docherty. Remember, 6 years younger, lots of ambition, only in his 18th fight. But will Pithie have the experience to weather the dodgy moments and come through, or will Docherty seize the advantage now? nicely balanced.
Yeah, actually, it's not one I would like to be refereeing on and scoring here, because there's been nobody really dominating. All the rounds are very, very close. Not an easy one. I think it's just pick the one you like. But definitely Pithie is the one we expected much better from.
Docherty hasn't really shone since that defeat to Michael Gomez back in October 2001. He knocked out the journeyman from Blackpool, Joel Viney, and he's been the distance with a couple of decent international opponents. But is he putting it all together here? Right hands. Looks the bigger puncher, that right?
Yeah, but every time Pithie goes to work, his defences are scattered and he's taken the counters. His reflexes and his sharpness just not there.
29 years of age. Has he gone to the well once too often, Dean Pithie? Can't count him out because he keeps bouncing back, but can't keep doing that forever. Accuracy, at times, combinations good, but the 5 or 6 that he throws, Docherty just puts 1 or 2 bigger ones back at him.
And the thing is, it's obvious Docherty's punches are landing cleanly. He's actually knocking Pithie's head back with them. His are the quality shots again in this round. Again, close, the action's close, but I feel the better quality punches coming from Docherty.
Pithie waiting before he comes in. Good left hook from Docherty and a right hand. He's proving quite easy to hit tonight, Dean Pithie, isn't he?
And that is the big difference, as I say, Adam. It's obvious how cleanly Docherty's punches are going home. Pithie's cuffing and scuffling, not really quality shots. He's scuffling back. There goes the body shots now.
That's the left hook to the ribs, followed up by the right hand.
2 first-class stamps, please. Is that it?
Sorry?
How about chucking in an envelope? Or some of those elastic bands over there, yeah?
Don't forget, not all deals are as generous as Citroën Saxo from 5795, including £1,000